Well then, I haven't played this for over a week. I cannot even remember what I was doing or what the voices I had for the characters were, but since it's always my voice either way, it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Okay, let's see. Understand? Fair enough. After saying that, Reen walked up to me and reluctantly offered to shake hands. We both shook hands, although it felt like she was attempting to crush mine. That was a little more dramatic than expected, but this means we have our third member, right? My meeting with Reen and Akane was cut short when we had to return to class. After several hours of lessons and lunch, the final bell rang, signaling the end of school. I let out a long sigh. What am I supposed to do with those two anyway? Reen kept going on about me being her arch nemesis, despite insisting on exchanging mobile numbers. Does she like me or not? She should really make up her mind. Kane wasn't much better, constantly pestering me to advise on some of the art she was planning to work on. One thing is clear though, the single task at hand is simple. Find a fourth member, which is easier said than done. Rin skips classes and spends most of her time reading, and the Kane's a rich outcast with no friends. Great group I ended up with, huh? I'm not exactly socially competent either, but if I leave this to their incapable hands, the club's grace period for registration will be void before we recruit someone, and we only have a few days left. Apparently Rin, the self-proclaimed president of the art club, has been trying to reinstate the club since the start of the term, as it was disbanded at the start of the year when all of its members graduated. Akane joined about a month ago when she transferred, and then I joined today, a month after her. Clearly they haven't had any luck attracting potential members. Anyway, not much I can do about the club for now. I might as well have a look around town, now that the rain has calmed for a bit. As for what I'm looking for in Violet Hill, well, any clues about my lost memories or mindstorm? I know I was definitely not born with this supernatural ability, so I must have developed it at some point in my past. My fractured memories may prevent me from remembering, but there has to be something in town that can jog my memory. I'm sure of it. At any rate, I've dawdled long enough. Let's get moving. The research so far. Aoki has returned to Violet Hill for personal reasons and decides to explore the town for clues to his past. Ooh, I guess this is a choice. Can I say? Yes, I can. Do I? Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 choices. I like Monarch's Monument. It's also the furthest away from the school. Go here. Now entering Monarch's Monument. Well, I'm at Monarch's Monument, the center of Violet Hill. Apparently it was a British architect who originally designed the statue. The Western architectural influence doesn't stop here either. 20 years ago, a joint private-public venture called the Violet Urbanization Project resulted in a large amount of development in this area. The same person who had designed Monarch's Monument married into a prominent Japanese family, and using his newly leveraged influence became the head architect in the project. Thanks to him, many buildings in Violet Hill are of a Western design philosophy. It makes the town somewhat of an oddity in Japan, but it's not unwelcome. Anyway, despite Monarch's Monument being a relatively young structure, there are many human superstitions and legends that it's involved in. There's a particularly bloody story of a notorious serial killer who used to hide the bodies of its victim inside an underground grotto beneath their statue. Another human legend says that if you profess your love to your beloved at the Monarch's Monument at midnight during full moon, the couple will be bound eternally. I personally find that story to be far scarier than the one about the serial killer, but anyway. There's nothing to do here at the moment, so I might as well try someplace else. Urban Center. Go here. I'm in the center of the town at Central Street, because it's the center. See? Center. The busiest and noisiest part of Violet Hill. There are plenty of shops, but also a lot of people here, so I don't plan on staying long. Violet Box. Violet Hill. As I walked through the busy street, I saw a familiar figure in the distance. Oh, is that a cane? I strained my eyes and confirmed that she was indeed the rich girl in question. She seemed to be in a hurry, fleeting from window to window. In accordance with my policy of minimizing social contact, this situation calls for a strategic retreat. I quickly turned back to leave, but was timely stopped by Kane's voice. She has very good eyesight. I turned around, disgruntled from failing to escape her grasp. Hello, Aoki. It has been a while, hasn't it? Exactly 1 hour and 33 minutes. A lifetime indeed. I'm truly overjoyed to see you after all this time. Did you count time after leaving school? As usual, my cynical retort seemed to fly over her head. Isn't St. Millie supposed to be for the smart and wealthy? You'd think they'd have some common sense. Never mind. So what brings you here to the shopping district? Buying stuff for dinner? How did you know? Did I tell you at school? You didn't. It was just a wild guess. But why would you need to get the ingredients yourself? I would have expected you to have servants if you went to St. Milia's, no? Was I found out? Again? But I was sure I was being discreet. What am I supposed to do? Excuse me? I'm sorry, Aoki, but you're a dangerously sharp person. You know too much about me now, so I'll be forced to end your life. Please forgive me. That's a good one, Akane. Was it that obvious? Oh my, it seems I'm not very good with jokes. You look perfectly serious about it, though. That poker face of yours almost had me for a moment. Oh, is that so? I'll keep that in mind for next time. Is that a threat? I think she's sharper than she's letting on. Well, maybe. By the way, Akane, is it really you who's going to make dinner tonight, or are you simply window shopping? My apologies, but I'd prefer not to discuss my personal affairs. Well, I'll just say this. There's nothing wrong with you trying to be independent. Cooking your own food is admirable. I don't know what your circumstances are, but I won't tell anyone if that will make you feel better. She relaxed a bit and produced a slight smile. I'm very sorry for keeping this from you, Aoki. I'll tell you all about it sometime, but for now, just keep it a secret, okay? Sure, I won't even say I saw you around here. Well, I'd best be off. There's a hefty discount on eggs right now. Show no mercy. Okay, see you tomorrow at school, Aoki. Goodbye. She left in the direction of the supermarket, stopping to turn back and wave at me enthusiastically. A chewy breeze blew past me. Tightening my scarf for warmth, I quickly stole a glance at my watch and saw that it was starting to get late. Maybe I should go back home. Since I guess that wasn't all that important, I'll save over that. And let's leave it at that for today. Today's been all over the place. I think I'll go home. To sum today up in one word: hectic. Walking around town really tired me out, but I found nothing to help remember my past. I suppose I can't say I'm too surprised I didn't find anything on my first walk through town, but I'm a little disappointed. Maybe that's how amnesiac people feel. I've only started learning about and interacting with Mindstorm about a year ago, but I feel like it's been there for longer than that. Mindstorm almost certainly played a part in the changes to my identity 3 years ago and my subsequent memory loss. I also suspect it is the culprit behind my perfect memory recall. Is it possible that Mindstorm was there even before that? Was it merely dormant and its activation is what caused me to lose my memories? Or did I gain it somehow? I stop pacing aimlessly around the room and look at the clock on the wall. This isn't getting me anywhere. I've had this conversation with myself 1,000 times over. I should take a break and have a shower. I walked to the shower with heavy steps when a soft but clear sound stopped me in my tracks. The door. Who could it be at this hour? It's already 11. I guess I'll go check it out. The knocking resumed. Who is it? No answer. Oh please, I can see who it is through here. I tried looking through the door's peephole only to find it blocked by something. This stupid costume. I think I know who it is. With a grim expression I reluctantly opened the door. Kanade Inoue. Go, another voice. Crap. Good evening, Aoki. She suddenly leaped onto my body and hugged me. I'm so glad to see you. Well, I'm not. Oh, come on, can't you see that I came to visit my most favourite neighbour? Yeah, what's it? Hang on, neighbour. Give me some space, will you? I managed to pull her off my body. What did you just say? About being neighbours? Did you just move in next to me? Yeah, I may have forgotten to say that at the start. But I was living near you in your kitchen until just a few days ago. I don't understand how you could have gotten a new house so quickly. Unless... You never sold your house here in Violet Hill, did you? Nope. Daddy kept it just in case something like this happened. That's an awfully specific reason to get a second property. Well, he also said something about a rental pool or something, but that doesn't matter. Same difference, right? Well, not really, but that means we're back to being neighbours. That's right, just like old times. Hold on just a minute. It feels like I'll throw up my brain. Anyway, how have you been? I was so worried when you suddenly left your key too. You didn't tell us all about leaving. That was kind of the point, you know. Speaking of, how exactly did you find out that I came back to Violet Hill? How? I asked your father, of course. I'm going to give you a nearful later, old man. Oh, is that so? How nice of him. Ain't that the truth? This is certainly a mistake, I think. I won't beat around the bush, Kennedy. I've had far too busy a day to deal with you. Just please leave. Now. Eh? Why? Go back to your kitchen and please stop this nonsensical stalker act. It's a bit disturbing. I'm not stalking you, I just want to be near you. You're the only person I know that deserves the title of friend. I'm flattered, but I don't remember having done anything to deserve that. Now, leave. Aoki, open up! Come on, I just want to talk to you for a while. Not happening. Please, just for a little while, it's important. Man. Fine, I guess I should hear what she has to say and then send her straight home. Thanks, Aoki. Whatever. This air-headed, overly cheerful and pushy brat is Kanade Inoue. A childhood friend of sorts. She, along with a very small handful of people and events, are all I have left of my fractured memories thanks to my amnesia. I say a childhood friend of sorts, because we were never on very friendly terms as kids. She was just noisy and cried all the time. But since she's about my age and the daughter of my dad's best friend and co-worker, we used to get thrown together all the time when our parents were working. Anyway, our relationship changed 3 years ago. After not seeing each other for about 6 years, thinking I was finally rid of her, she appeared out of nowhere and started talking to me like she had never left. I was taken completely off guard by how much she had changed both mentally and physically. I didn't even recognize her. Now, instead of being a crybaby, she's an extremely sunny, light-hearted person who is also now a talented artist. So talented, in fact, that she's a professional 17-year-old manga artist with a serialized manga. She even has a pen name, Kano Nene. The world is so unfair. Right after her abrupt return, she began following me wherever I went, never giving me a moment's peace. She even self-proclaimed herself as my best friend, although I never got to say about it. Why she just doesn't move on and enjoy a mangaka life is beyond me. For whatever reason, her compulsion to be near me, read stalking, continues to this day. Make it count, Canada, it's past midnight. Straight to the point, as always. Here, look at this. She handed me a piece of paper. Oh, it's a form. It read, Sakura High School admission doc... Oh my god! Ta-da! Isn't that great? I'll be in the same school as you from now on. I'm looking forward to it. You transferred to my school? Yep, even into the same class. You fiendish shrew. Don't you know compassion? No, I must do everything in my power to be with my beloved best friend, Aoki. What kind of fraudulent activities did you partake in to be transferred both to my school and to my class? I didn't do anything of the sort. My transfer was completely above board. It's downright impossible for you to have lucked out that much. Now confess, con artist. Oh, are you perhaps forgetting that Daddy's friends with Sakura High's principal? Mr. Ino is on friendly terms with that old hag. I suppose a bit of friendly nepotism goes a long way. Is your father alright with this? You didn't run away from your kiddo, did you? He said it was fine as long as you promised to take care of me. That unreasonable, good-for-nothing didn't hit me. Kennedy is going to be at the same school as me. Not only that, but she's in my class and is extremely talented at art. Bingo. She's a perfect candidate to become a full member. Canada. What is it, Aoki? Have you fallen for me? Oh, you better watch out or you get burned. Alright, stop spewing nonsense for a minute. I have a request to make of you. What is it? Anything for you, my dear friend. Some schoolmates and I are assembling an art club and we need one more member before our club is officially recognized by the student council. I know it's on short notice, but would you like to join? You're forming an art club? That sounds great, I'd love to join. Really? That's a relief. But... I'll join, but on one condition, okay? Okay, let's hear it. Stop moving, stop running away and stop bottling everything up. Please tell me how you feel, I'm worried about you. I don't have a say in moving, it's my father's job that decides that. But you've changed, Aoki, a lot. I know these things. It's complicated, Kanade. There you go again, it's not complicated at all. Why can't you just talk to me? I can help you, you're my best friend. I'm sorry. It's okay, Aoki. I'll join your club. Kanade. But you at least have to try cheering up and, you know, be more like your old self, okay? Fine, fine. We have a deal then, okay? Canada violently lurched forward, invading my personal space once again and stopping inches short of my face. I felt my heart beat faster. Her forwardness, feminine scent, and her beaming eyes made me lose my composure. Okay, I understand. You're a bit slightly too close. Huh? I'm sorry. Well, there you have it. It's kind of late, so I must be going now. Good night. Well, that was awkward. But I should get to bed. It's late. I wonder what Canada meant when she was talking about my old self. Is she talking about when I was a child 8 years ago? Almost all those memories were lost, so I can't help her much. I have the feeling she meant something very important, but for some reason the thought eluded me. Tired and numb from the cold, I laid on my bed and hugged the covers, trying to think of my past. Suddenly, I remembered something. Crap! That's right. I was supposed to call in if I had any news on potential new members. I quickly grabbed my phone from the end table and scrolled through the sparse contact list looking for a name. Ah, here it is. Let's report the situation to the press. Excuse me. What the hell? She's not answering. Something is not right. Oh, it's 1:30 in the morning. The hell? Why am I calling at this hour? I totally lost my sense of time. It's because of that awkward situation with Kennedy. It's all a damn fault. Right when I was about to hang up, Rin picked up. I'm going to tear you to shreds tomorrow, Aoki. But for now, I'll listen to your midnight prank since I'm in a good mood. I apologize for calling so late. I just lost track of time and was excited. I interjected a pause to organize my speech. I'm sorry. There's something important I wanted to tell you. Out with it! Now! I found our fourth member. Really? Positive. Oh my god, that's great! But how? When? It's a long story. I'll tell you tomorrow. I just wanted to keep you in the loop. Are you kidding me? You already woke me up, so spit it out! Oh, she's right. She deserves that much. She's a transfer student called Kanade Inoue. And how did it happen? I seriously doubt you just asked a bunch of girls if they want to join. Well, she happens to be a childhood acquaintance. The daughter of my father's friend. Oh, the Ice King has a childhood friend? I can't imagine. It's late, I'm hanging up. Hey, wait! What's a joke? Well, I wouldn't exactly call us friends, though she does have an unusual propensity to follow and stalk me wherever I go. Now that I've said that aloud, it is actually kind of disturbing. That's something I find a bit difficult to believe. Oh, you'll see for yourself. Hey, Aoki, why don't you tell me more about yourself? I don't see how this is relevant. I know we've just met today, but there's something about you that's been bugging me. I don't know, like some sort of familiarity. It's almost as if I met you before. Isn't that strange? No. See? That's why we can't have a civilized conversation. You locked yourself up inside the shell. You don't know the first thing about me, Rin. Exactly. And since we're club mates, we're going to share quite a bit of time together. 2 years to be precise. Unfortunately. I'm seriously going to tear you apart tomorrow. Okay, fine. What would you like to know, President? You're actually a local celebrity when it comes to painting, aren't you? Come again? Well, we did a bit of research on you. You did what? Kane looked up your name. You came from Yukito Central High School, right? I think I can guess where this is going. I must have found my art on Yukito High's website. The prying nosy little... I'm off to kill a Kane. Call you later. No, you're not. That nosy girl is going to get what's coming for her if she doesn't know when to lay off. Listen, Aoki. You're an ass, but I gotta admit you have talent. I like your paintings. Thanks, I guess. Let's see, what else? I don't know, what about your hobbies? This might sound strange, but painting is not one of them. Really? How so? It's complicated, but I do like to read. Reading? That's not something I would have pegged you for doing for fun. Seems like you might have a brain after all. Says the widow who dances in the rain. If you ever tell anyone about that, I'm going to shove my foot up your ass so hard you'll walk funny for the rest of your life. I'll sue. Anyway, yeah, I do read stuff. Joyce? Not so much, I just happen to like his poetry. Then what else? Poe, Lovecraft, the Kinsey, Wells... Oh, so you're into the supernatural? Kind of. That sounds interesting, though I haven't read the genre that much. If those are a bit too difficult for you, I'll gladly take those off of your hands. So in your primitive, crass dialect, that means you want me to lend you a book. I just think that a lot of the meaning would be lost in your Neanderthal brain. I think that's enough mocking for now. You're no fun. Anyway, what else do you like to read? Boring stuff. Freud, Jung, Morin, Rousseau, Plato. Okay, all these names are probably pronounced differently, but I have no idea how. Psychology and philosophy? Trying to understand the human mind, are we? Ah, you might be onto something there. You don't even know how much. Say, Ice King, do you know anything about dream interpretation? Dream interpretation is almost entirely pseudoscience, being wooey at best and made up at worst. But I could try drawing from Freud's theory of dreams and a more modern psychoanalogies. Okay, tell me about Freud's theory. Freud put forward the idea that the dream acts as the fundamental guardian of sleep. At night, the mind protects the sleeper from being disturbed by creating dreams. This could therefore be interpreted... This could therefore be interpreted as that dreams have no particular significance whatsoever, and that there's little reason to try to interpret any meaning from them. That's it? He said something else, right? Freud was a crazy old fart who said a lot of things, but indeed, there's more to his theory. He said that dreams sometimes project strong negative emotions, forbidden thoughts and unconscious desires. Freud therefore proposed that, although manufactured by the mind, understanding dreams of their underlying basis could lead to a deeper understanding of the dreamer's subconscious. This, of course, is the origin of the phrase Freudian slip, a small error in, for example, speech, the kind I've been making for a lot. That is interpreted as the influence of the subconscious on the conscious mind, but I digress. So this means that my dreams represent something that my subconscious considers important? What a bunch of words. Partially. Freud categorized dreams in two parts, the manifest content and the latent content. The manifest content refers to explicit dream and the latent content to the true meaning, right? Correct. From your questions I assume that you have a dream you would like to interpret, am I right? Yeah, kind of. Well, tell me your dream in detail and we'll try to figure out its meaning. And by the way, don't get used to this, I made an exception as an apology for calling you this late. Yeah, as you wish, Iceman. Don't call me that, you wet... Pardon me. I think it's about time I stop. Don't call me that, you ware-handed wench. That doesn't even make much sense as an insult. What did you say? Ah, whatever. Tell me about the dream. Yeah. And now, I'll stop. I don't know how long I've been recording. Hopefully I've made it to half an hour, but maybe not. So then I'll be leaving, if you'll excuse me.